Greetings and welcome to another episode of the Hourlings Podcast Project. My name's Martin Wilsey, and tonight we're going to be talking about writing while you're on vacation. As we record this, tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I just got back from vacation. Dave is currently on vacation. Writing while on vacation is a completely different animal, so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Before we get started, let's go around. We'll introduce ourselves and give up a fun fact. We'll start with Dave.
Oh, you're going to start out with me.
I'm going to start out with Dave.
God, I haven't even thought of a fun fact yet. All right, I'm David Keener. I write science fiction and fantasy, and if the publishing gods align properly, I will be publishing 2 novels in 2021. Currently figuring out how to launch them appropriately in an indie fashion. So my fun fact is I got serious about writing after going to the World Science Fiction Convention in Chicago in 2012. After I met Hugh Howey, the author of Wool, had dinner with him and some other fans afterwards, and really started hearing about this indie publishing thing with a little something called the Kindle. And then after that, things had kind of took off.
Okay, Jeffrey.
Thank you. Well, I'm Jeffrey. I'm working on my first novel, Project Chronosphere. I'm really looking forward to it. Motoring along real nicely. And my fun fact is that I do say motor more than engine because of something about me, but I'm not going to tell you what.
Okay.
Hey, I'm S.C. Regawi. I write YA and do a little sci-fi and fantasy as well. Speaking of writing on vacations, my fun fact is that I've been to over 10 countries, and I went to Australia a couple years ago. And the only time my motorized wheelchair ever broke on me during that trip was when we landed in the outback of Australia, the middle of nowhere, near Ayers Rock or Uluru. And so we had to abandon our tour and find a little tin roof mechanic that fixed tractors and trucks. And the mechanic got on the floor and tinkered around in my wheelchair and managed to fix it. And they took my photo and put it on the wall next to other tractors and trucks that they had fixed. So I am out there somewhere down under, and you can go find me. I hope you do.
Okay, so my fun fact is Brenda and I have been looking for a long time for a chest freezer. They've been sold out everywhere for a long time. We were at Lowe's today, and they were basically just unloading a truck of them. So we bought a chest freezer today, and we got it home. I'm unboxing it, and from the cardboard, I got a paper cut, and you cannot believe how much blood there was. I was just like, it's like a crime scene.
For the cardboard?
Yeah, from cardboard of all things.
Wow, wow.
And, I'm going like this with my hand, and it's like, it's like a scene of Dexter. It's like pretty spectacular.
So just so you know, they're everywhere now. They were in Home Depot today when I looked.
Wait, what is this?
Freezers.
A freezer?
There was a run on them like toilet paper.
Why is there sort of a shortage of freezers? That's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of the factories shut down because of COVID. At the point where there was a demand, the factories kind of shut down, and they sold out and stayed sold out for about 6 months.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Us survivalist types figured that out the hard way.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to talk about writing on vacation. Dave's currently on vacation. I guess I'll start this time because I recently had a really awesome vacation. Because of COVID, all our vacations this year had gotten canceled. My wife and I, we usually go on a lot of camping vacations. We go around the country visiting friends, lots of road trips and everything. So we hadn't had a vacation at all this year. We decided that finally we're going to take a vacation. We found a place that rented historic cabins in the mountains above Asheville, North Carolina. So we rented a place for a week, and I was amazed when we got there. This this 250-year-old historic cabin, and the Wi-Fi was excellent. And I actually ended up getting a lot of writing done during that week. I actually outlined 6 new projects, actually created covers for the 6 new projects. Our last episode was about covers. And I actually designed a bunch of covers to go with the short stories that I was planning. So it's really easy for me. I actually purchased a laptop specifically for writing while on the road. I actually had a series of criteria for that laptop. You know, it had to have great battery life. It had to be solid state, minimal power usage, but it's still
Portable.
very portable, very light, durable, and be able to run Windows 10, a full-blown Windows 10, so I could use Microsoft Word and Scrivener full-blown on the thing. And I got one, and I love that thing. It's got like 8-hour battery life on it, which is incredible. Right. And it really, my last laptop, you know, would set my lap on fire. The thing was so hot while I was working with it. It was like crazy. And this one runs cool, and it's a great laptop. It's really important, if you know that you're going to be writing on the road, that you have the right tools at your disposal. Tools for writing, tools for backing your stuff up, because, you know, the greatest risk when you're traveling with a laptop is your laptop gets stolen. So I always back everything up to the web, and as well as on thumb drives while I'm traveling. So what about you, Dave? You're on vacation right now. It's different for you because your vacation during the holidays, you're staying at home.
Vacation. Well, I've done writing both on this type of vacation and on, for instance, my wife is Scottish, and so we take a lot of trips to Scotland. And so I've managed to do accomplish quite a bit of writing on vacation in Scotland as well. So the first, I'm very concerned about my technical equipment. My specs are 2 words: MacBook Pro. So it's got all my tools and stuff with me. I'm making fun of Marty a little bit because he's a Windows guy, but we still like.
Yeah, Hatfields, McCoys. No, I actually had a MacBook Pro for many years, and the battery life wasn't as long, and it got hot, and it didn't have as much memory as I bought with my Windows laptop.
They have improved over the years as well.
Yeah.
But no, other than teasing Marty, using Scotland as an example, I took a full laptop bag with me with all my accessories, but then I also took what I called an away bag as well. So when I was out and about town with my wife, I had sort of a lightweight laptop bag with just the bare essentials, and I would take that with me. And then if my wife wanted to shop for a couple hours in the downtown Edinburgh, cool. Just park me in this cafe over here. I've already seen the things I want to see.
Yeah.
Let's park in this cafe for a while. Drink some Coke, and perfectly happy to spend an hour or so doing some writing in an exotic, what is to me somewhat of an exotic setting. So on vacation in Scotland, I would do like 3 sessions per day of at least an hour. And in this particular case, I had a 30,000 word novella that was very, very, very complex. And what I did on that vacation was I finished that novella. I don't mean finished writing it. I mean finished polishing it and making sure all the details worked. Took notes in one session, made the changes in the next session, et cetera, et cetera. And then I had some time left over to start working on another story. So, and I don't feel like I scrimped on my vacation, and I don't feel like I told my wife, go away, I'm working on writing. We fit the writing into the breaks of the vacation, and I was happy.
It's really interesting. You mentioned cafes. It is the world has become much friendlier for people with technology. There, any small town will have a cafe where you can sit down with a laptop, get some coffee, and hang out and write for a while.
Right. It's actually kind of weird in Scotland though, because they lagged the US for a long time. Like I remember being in Scotland and having to find a computer cafe, right? Because only they had wireless. But now all of the American companies that are in Scotland, like McDonald's and stuff, they have wireless, and a lot of other places have had to follow suit to be competitive. So it's now pretty good in the UK, but it didn't used to be.
Right. Well, I mean, I will say, you know, as I'm coming up next, that I've been to Edinburgh and I love the Tron. I go to the Tron all the time when I was up there. It's a lovely little bistro, and I would recommend it. And if I recall, they do have Wi-Fi. But anyway, so I have been on travels, and I used to, and I still have my Surface, Surface 4. And the Surface 4 is actually pretty good for travel, especially because the keyboard is on your lap and the Surface is up there, so you never get hot from that. And it is good because you can have Scrivener, although Windows, for some reason, they don't have Scrivener 3 yet, but that being said, it is a nice laptop. But now that I have the iPhone 12 Pro Max, as you can kind of see there, I got my Scrivener all up there. My Project Chronosphere is right there. I can just take this thing out of my pocket. When I go to Europe, first thing I do anytime I go to Europe is I go to the tobacconist or whatever, get a SIM card, get European, get a European phone number with a data plan, and I'll just sync my writing right to Dropbox, Cloud Share. And, you know, whenever I sync it, it'll appear on my computer at home when I get home. So you have the double thing of being able to do it while roaming, having the full connectivity no matter where you are, and being able to sync it to the cloud in case someone scoffs your phone.
Well, I think that's pretty cool, but at the same time, I just can't write on the phone. I can't do it.
Yeah, no.
Peace.
Your mileage may vary, and that's cool.
Yeah.
If I ever brainstorm, I'll take notes on my phone, because they usually happen while I'm driving, and you can just touch the thing and dictate to it, and it'll do all the typing for you. But I can't actually write on my phone.
Well, you know that I wrote 90% of This Is Not a Love Scene on my phone, and that was one of the gimmicks of marketing it that I used anyway. Modern writer.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, if you can do it.
It's called old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Young whippersnapper.
Well, I tell you what, Marty, I'm not really that big on writing on vacation, but I am big on researching on vacation. I love to observe cultures, gather stories, come up with characters based off of what I see in my travels. And I can't tell you how many other authors I know that do the same thing. I just mentioned him in the last episode, but John H. Matthews, who's my friend, does my self-published covers, is also a writer. He went to Italy one summer, came back and wrote a whole novel based off of people he met and places he went to. And it was just so richly written because it came right from the photos that I saw that were spectacular. It's just a great pool of inspiration when you travel, when you open up your world like that. Right. That book is called The More Thing Is Perfect, by the way.
Lovely.
But yeah, I definitely encourage people to, if they can afford it, travel and take mental snapshots, gather your stories, gather characters. It's the best inspiration.
I will say.
Yeah, that's actually a great point. I actually do take photos. I worry that people think I'm casing the joint or something. If I'm having a brainstorm about an environment that I could use in my writing, I can take a lot of photos of it, and I'll take notes in an actual notebook that I carry with me too.
Yeah.
I will make one final point on that though. I really think that vacations are, to be with your loved ones and to go somewhere and
right.
wind down and have
right.
fun.
I mean,
so I like the idea of writing on vacation, and it made me feel good that I was accomplishing things, for instance, in Scotland. But at the same time, writing should not be at the expense of the vacation.
Right, I agree.
Well, and when I'm in Tyrol, part of northern Italy, and in a co-ed spa, being naked with other people, I mean, I'm not going to be writing. Trust me. I'm just going to relax. I'm there to relax.
One can only hope.
Relax, trust me. Relax.
Having trouble imagining you having your laptop in that setting. Anyway.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
So, anybody doing any specific writing now between Christmas and New Year's?
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to make as much progress. Trying to get through a mountain of email, but definitely got to make time for that book. The novel's not going to go anywhere if I don't write it.
Well,
it's my regular schedule. You know, I'm trying to do a chapter a day for my current novel. I originally had grand plans of having it done by the first. I'm going to miss that deadline, I believe, though.
Yeah. I've got 3 projects, and I'm trying to make good progress on all of them. I've got 2 novelettes for anthology, so they need to finish. And I've got 1 short story, perhaps a very short novelette that I'm trying to finish to be a reader magnet for the newsletter that I'm going to set up soon.
I'm working on, editing some books that have been in the back burner, working on a book proposal to be pitched out to publishers in the new year. But really, in the traditional publishing world, things just screech to a halt during the holidays. You know, people, and rightfully so, they're not working this week. So if I wanted to, this weekend, next week, if I wanted to try to make some progress on something with my agent or editor, that's not a good time right now. So they encourage breaks, and I do like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I want you guys all to have a really great vacation, good holiday season, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. And
Happy New Year, Happy
thanks,
Kwanzaa.
and we'll see everybody for the next episode of the Hourlings Podcast Project.
See y'all.
See ya.
Happy New Year.